Women had no dignity during wartime, especially in medieval Italy. Upon returning to Florence, Da Vinci finds mercenaries raping and pillaging, with even the women in the Medici palace not spared. Even more shocking to him is seeing the Lord's wife Clarice chained to a chair like a plaything. Da Vinci realizes that all of Florence has fallen. After Da Vinci invented multi-barrel cannon and cluster bombs to thwart Rome's invasion, the Vatican had been plotting revenge. Florence's ruler Lorenzo traveled to Naples, seeking an alliance to counter Rome. The Pope seized this opportunity to bribe Lorenzo's ally, the one-eyed warlord, to attack Florence. Da Vinci ends up in prison, restrained by special shackles. Sharing his cell is Carlo, Lorenzo's uncle and a key figure in the Medici family. The guard, once publicly defeated and humiliated by Da Vinci, brings in two professional torturers for revenge.
But we may allow if you are willing to fondle our balls.
It turns out the torturers are Da Vinci's friends Zorro and Vespucci in disguise. After his rescue, Da Vinci decides to reclaim Florence from the invaders. He plans to create poison gas bombs and build a catapult to launch them into the Medici palace. Unfortunately, Zorro and Vespucci are captured by night patrols while out gathering supplies. Familiar with the palace layout, Carlo leads Da Vinci through the blacksmith's furnace, its chimney leading to the palace roof. Down below, the one-eyed and his cronies are living it up in the hall, forcing Zorro and Vespucci to fight each other for entertainment. Da Vinci takes out a prepared cow bladder, fills it with sleeping powder, and adds some acid to create a reaction. As the gas gradually inflates the bladder to near bursting, Da Vinci tosses it through the window. Everyone's stunned by this falling balloon, until a soldier stupidly slashes it. Smoke instantly fills the hall, causing anyone who inhales it to faint. The one-eyed prepared covers his nose and mouth with a napkin and quickly escapes into a secret room through a wall mechanism. Da Vinci slides down after him, holding his breath and grabbing two swords on the way. The one-eyed ambushes Da Vinci with a sword and chain mace, leaving him only able to defend without counterattacking. But Da Vinci's real weapon is his genius-level IQ of 200. He instantly identifies the one-eyed's weakness. He snaps one sword short, then sets aside the long sword to fight with just the broken one. Before each clash, Da Vinci taps the tip of his sword against the one-eyed's, seemingly testing something. Having achieved his goal, Da Vinci quickly rolls back and switches to the long sword. The one-eyed comes in swinging, but something's off. He can't reach Da Vinci and always falls short by half an inch.
Why do I keep missing you?
One eye, maybe?
Evidently, Da Vinci has exploited his inability to judge distances with one eye. He deliberately led the one-eyed to adapt to the short sword's fighting distance, then switched to the long sword to confuse his judgment. This battle is clearly a battle of wits, with the outcome already determined. Filling with anger, Clarice enters the secret room and personally turns the one-eyed into the no-eyed to avenge her humiliation. With their leader eliminated, the other rebels are quickly wiped out. Florence is completely liberated and returns to Medici family control. Meanwhile, Da Vinci's mentor brings good news. He has repaired the mechanical head Da Vinci brought back from the Vault of Heaven. It contains metal plates with many grooves that produce specific sounds when rotated and rubbed against the gold needle. They've never seen such intricate design, surely created using the Book of Leaves knowledge. Da Vinci hears his mother's message, learning that after obtaining the book she was betrayed by a companion and fled to Constantinople. As the mentor prepares for their journey, Carlo suddenly emerges from a corner and wounds Da Vinci with his sword. He thanks Da Vinci for finding the book's clues and seems familiar with Da Vinci's mother. Recalling the mural in the vault depicting a black man with his mother, Da Vinci realizes it refers to Carlo, the traitor who betrayed his mother. The unsuspecting mentor returns to the room and is ambushed and killed by Carlo. Worried about alerting the night patrol, Carlo sets fire to the room and flees. Seeing his mentor's brutal death, Da Vinci is devastated. Despite his injuries, he mounts a horse and pursues Carlo through the night. Concerning for his safety, Zorro follows along. They chase Carlo all the way to the coastal city of Otranto. However, the port there is blockaded, with city residents fleeing in panic. It turns out the Ottoman Empire's fleet is at the city's doorstep, with a major battle imminent. Clearly, Carlo escaped before the port was sealed. Da Vinci can only temporarily abandon his quest for revenge. Otranto belongs to Naples, and coincidentally, Lorenzo is there on a diplomatic mission with Da Vinci's father. Originally planning to ally with Naples against the Pope, they now find themselves forced to join the Pope to fend off the Ottoman invasion. Upon Da Vinci's arrival, King Alfonso flies into a rage.
Give me one reason not to kill you where you stand.
He hasn't forgotten how Da Vinci once hijacked his cargo ship and tossed him into the sea. Da Vinci confidently claims he can create weapons to repel the Turks. Just then, the Ottoman fleet sends an emissary to negotiate surrender. Through his telescope, Da Vinci is shocked to discover the envoy is his lover Donati, also Lorenzo's mistress. Faced with Da Vinci's questioning, Donati drops a bombshell.
The man you know as Pope Sixtus is not the true Pope.
It turns out Donati's father is the real Pope. The old man Da Vinci had previously seen in the papal palace. His twin brother usurped the papacy and imprisoned him, their identical appearance preventing detection. To reclaim power, he sent Donati to the Ottoman Empire with false papal orders, inviting the Sultan's son to visit Rome. The Pope, who's always viewed the Turks as evil infidels, not only killed the prince's entourage, but also stripped him and threw him out of the Rome. Humiliated, the Sultan's son is now leading the fleet to invade Italy. Donati's goal in sparking this war is to overthrow the fake Pope and avenge her father. Exposed, the Pope flies into a rage, refusing to surrender. Then Donati signals the failed negotiations with a torch. The port outside instantly lights up with hundreds of ships ready to set sail. This massive and well-armed fleet is capable of wiping out all of Italy. The once aggressive Pope, now terrified, flees in the night without a moment's delay. Da Vinci stays, needing this port to sail to Constantinople. He notices panicked refugees clogging the narrow city gates, and a crazy plan to repel the enemy instantly forms in his mind. The narrow and shallow port means sinking. The first enemy ships could block the entire harbor, preventing the remaining fleet from threatening the city. Alfonso raises doubts, stating his cannons lack the range and power for Da Vinci's needs.
What if we use this?
A turret gun.
Da Vinci immediately proposes improvements, hollowing out solid cannonballs and filling them with gunpowder, doubling their range and power, assembling 4 cannons together on a rotating base for rapid fire at different ships, and adding telescopes to improve accuracy. The Sultan's son sees the preparations but doesn't consider a few cannons a threat. As the front row of enemy ships approaches the port, Da Vinci orders the cannons fired.
Now!
Suddenly, his father looks distressed, having spotted his long-lost wife. The woman standing on the flagship is Da Vinci's mother, but the cannon fuses are already lit and can't be recalled. The cannonballs hit the enemy flagship with precision, destroying it in a single volley. As Da Vinci predicted, the sunken wreckage blocks the port, keeping the rest of the fleet at bay. That night, soldiers and residents celebrate their victory, but Da Vinci remains gloomy. He worries his mother died in the cannon fire and wonders why she was on a Turkish ship. Checking the port, he's surprised to see the destroyed ships still burning with intensifying flames. Clearly, this is intentional. The enemy is creating a massive smokescreen to conceal something. But Alfonso dismisses this, believing the Turks incapable of any clever tactics and confident in the imminent arrival of his reinforcements. Little does he know, he's about to pay dearly for his arrogance and overconfidence. The Turks' strategy and military equipment are about to shock everyone.